Hi dear students, welcome to my channel. This is continuation of Fundamentals of Physics, class number 128. In this video, what we discuss, when wave travel from one string to another string, how it behaves. Suppose the wave is traveling from lighter string to denser string. Case 1. In the case 2, when wave travel from denser string to lighter string, how it behaves. These topics we will discuss in this video. Okay? This is a wall. Here two strings are there. This is string 1. This is joint. This is string 2. This is string 1. String 1 is lighter string. Lighter string means mass per unit length for string 1 is less compared to mass per unit length of string 2. Okay? Suppose the mass per unit length for string 1 is mu, for this 4 mu, 4 times the string 1. Now the wave is traveling from string 1. Okay? Suppose it is traveling like this. Suppose the wave is traveling like this, along this direction. Okay? When it reaches this boundary, boundary means a point which separates two strings. Okay? When it reaches this boundary, how it behaves. Here this wave, when it reaches the boundary, some part of the wave will be transmitted and passes through second string, and some part of the wave will be reflected. If you call this wave is incident wave, there will be a transmitted wave on the second string, there will be a reflected wave on the first string. How it looks, I will draw. When it reaches here, this is a denser medium. Some part of the wave will be transmitted through this. I will draw once again here. This is string 1. This is string 2. Here when it reaches here, this is a boundary. So some part will be you assume. Okay, I will draw it single line only, but it is, you assume it is denser. So here one wave will go like this, transmit like this, and another wave, reflected wave, here it will reflect like this and comes back. This will pass through like this. Incident wave. This is incident wave. Incident wave. This is reflected wave. Reflected wave. This is transmitted wave. Transmitted wave. Here see the difference. When wave is traveling from one string to another string, the transmitted wave, the shape will be similar to the incident wave. But reflected wave, the shape is same, but it is upside down. The phase difference between incident wave and reflected wave will be 180 degrees. It is in opposite phase. You are understanding now? This is only in the case when it reflected from the denser string, denser medium. This is denser, that is why the reflected wave will be in opposite phase compared to incident wave. But the transmitted wave will be in the same phase as incident wave. There will not be any change in the phase for the transmitted wave. But for reflected wave, if it reflects from the denser string, the phase will be 180 degrees, phase difference. Okay? In another case, ulta. You take denser first. This is the boundary. This is the lighter. So here, when pulse moves like this, at this junction, some part, this is a transmitted wave like this, it will go along this direction. Here the reflected will be in the same phase like this. Same phase like this. Here I will draw again, the reflected I will draw here. This is, if this is a denser, this is lighter, the transmitted will be in same phase like this, but reflected wave is this, back. So this is the boundary. When it reaches the boundary, the reflected will be in the same phase compared to incident. The transmitted at any cost, if it is traveling from denser to lighter, lighter to denser, the transmitted wave will be in the same phase as in incident wave. But reflected wave, if it reflect from the denser only, it will be in opposite phase, otherwise in the same phase. You understand, no? This question, similar concept, asked in 2025 Z Advanced, IIT Z Advanced. So you should understand this concept very clearly. Then why it is happening, that part also I will discuss now. Now you can see, when wave is reflecting from the lighter string, the reflected wave will be in the same phase as in incident. The reason is like this. I am taking an example. I have taken one string that is attached to a fixed wall or fixed rod, but the string is attached to one ring. When pulse or wave is traveling like this, when it reaches here, actually wave is traveling means what? The front portion will go up, the back portion will come down. That's why it is moving like this. The front portion, all particles try to come up, and this back side try to come down. That's why this pulse will travel like this. So at this point, when it reaches here, this point will pull this ring upward. This ring will go upward. Agree? After some time what happens? It will come back. It will come down. Then wave will be reflected. Same phase as in incident wave. This is nothing but when wave is reflected from lighter string, the reflected wave will be in the same phase as incident wave. Now you take the example for denser string. So this is denser string. This is a string. This end is attached with this rod, fixed, means this is rigid. Now this pulse is moving like this. When it reaches here, this will hold it back. when this fellow is pulling this atom or molecule upward, but this fellow is pulling downward. Action is equal to minus reaction. But in this case not so, because it is a lighter, it is not attached, it is free to move up and down, but not so here. That is why this pulse will come down. So it will flip like this and travel back. This is the reason when wave reflect from denser medium, the shape or phase will be 180 degrees between incident and reflected wave. Okay, you understood now? But what you should know, when the wave is traveling from one string to another string or one medium to another medium, the frequency of the wave remains constant. Only the velocity of the wave will change, and wavelength also changes. Wavelength changes and velocity changes, but frequency remains constant. Keep it in mind. This is most important thing you should remember. When wave travel from one string to another string or one medium to another medium, the frequency remains constant, their velocity also changes and wavelength also changes. So in this video, whatever I taught, I think you understood it. Practice it. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel and tap the bell icon to get the notification. Up to next video. Bye bye.